Thank you for joining another episode of Tried and True. On this episode, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite trends, which I think is one of the boldest trends happening in the industry right now. Just take one guess, take one wild guess, what it could be. Just look around, okay? I like to call this trend wild instincts, or simply put, animal print. We're going to go through the history and have a big conversation about where this trend started from. I think history is very important. And then we'll move into my favorite runway looks and how it's bubbling up in the streets and how people's wearing it. After we do that, we're gonna talk about how to actually wear the look and style the look. I know sometimes bold prints and animal prints could feel intimidating and it might be sitting in your closet, but I'm gonna tell you some tricks on how to style it and how to feel confident when doing that. So let's get started. Okay, so today we're getting personal. I'm about to tell you about a trend that is close to my closet, obviously, head to toe. But this trend is something that I love, and it's animal print. From pinup girls and the allure of them to modern empowerment, bold, rebellious, and endlessly adaptable, animal print isn't just a trend, it's a mirror of cultural power. Trust me, I would know, this is my power print. But from one of my favorite days in Paris, when I went there during Fashion Week and I was pregnant, it was one of my go-to pieces for maternity style. So we definitely go way back, and I'll show you a reference photo to that later, but I definitely was killing in an animal print with my baby bump. So now let's get into the history. We begin into the 1940s and 50s, where leopard print first prowled into the mainstream style, post-World War II, where glamour returned with a vengeance, and so did hyper-femininity. Pinup icons like Betty Page, Eartha Kitt, and Jane Mansfield wore leopard in lingerie, swimsuits, and curve-hugging dresses. It was flirty, exotic, and just daring enough, a way to push boundaries while staying within the era that was ladylike and played by ladylike rules. Animal print became a kind of wink. I can't wink, so I'm just gonna do that for wink. A wink behind the red lipstick. It was sexy, but it was calculated. Then came the 1960s and the 70s, and from there we saw a shift in power. As counterculture and feminism rose, animal print transformed into something louder, prouder, and unapologetic. Diana Ross, who is my icon, she's style queen, I'm sure a lot of you guys watching as well. Debbie Harry, Tina Turner, all these fierce women were owning their image on and off the stage. And for Black women especially, like Ross, leopard print symbolized both luxury and liberation. It was no longer just about flirtation, it was about domination. By the 1980s and 90s, animal print turned into maximalist. Think Victoria Gotti, Carmela Soprano, and the bold, brash glam of mob wives. Loud prints, zebra blouses, gold jewelry, and red nails became visual shorthand for confidence and defiance. In pop culture, it was both mocked and admired, and it was a symbol of working class opulence. Animal print said, I'm here, I'm glam, and I don't care what any of you think of me. And it really was larger than life, much like the woman who wore it. You've probably heard that mob wives is trending again. Again, thank TikTok for it, but it really was in reference to this carefree attitude and bold, animal-like nature. So during this time, we also saw a surge in media of Black women wearing animal print across magazines. There is this provocative history with print advertising and Black women wearing animal print, particularly that of predatory cats, that really perpetuated sexual objectifications. And this was around the same time that they were saying sex sells. And over 70% of magazines featured Black women in animal prints during this time, majority of them being fashion magazines. And it was an aim to communicate allure and temptation associated with the product or brand and the idea being advertised. Some people accepted this as Black women becoming desirable in media. I think that it was a little bit of exploitation and really just not giving Black women the space to be in media without objectifying them. Then we came into the 2000s and the 2010s, which was a roller coaster of irony and reinvention. Leopard print, mini dresses, matching handbags, even velour tracksuits were all in animal print. Think Paris Hilton, Snooki, and even Rihanna, which sometimes laid both tacky and high fashion all at once. I'll let you know who was tacky and who was high fashion. Actually, I'm not gonna let you know. I think you know already. Designers like Roberto Cavalli and Saint Laurent brought it back to the runway, transforming leopard from something that was small wear to a must-have. And the irony became the edge. Animal print was back and more self-aware than ever. So we've been seeing it on the spring runways, particularly with brands like Fendi, Stella, Dries. Animal print was definitely a fall-winter 2025 season spotlight, which you typically see when the colder months come. But while animal print is ever present in fashion, this season brought a new level of interpretation from the design to technology. Cow print was a hero this season, adding a fresh take of this long-standing trend. Obviously, I think it's because of Beyonce's influence and the Beehive and Cowboy Carter, but really this Western resurgence. Also, graphic zebra and head-to-toe print were really popular among top influential designers this season. While leopard print is a true classic, zebra offers a playful graphic alternative. And what Balmain did, I think, was really amazing, leaning into this black and white animal print for the fall-winter 2025 runway. I remember seeing it on the runway and gagging and thinking I need to have it. But what I really love is that it's one solid coat for the season that is a must-have. The animal print allows your outerwear to make a statement, but it's also versatile at the same time. So even though the coat is a statement piece, there's so many different ways you can wear it. So I think it's better to go bold with your outerwear and just like have fun with it. But when I'm telling you, that thing walked down the runway and I gasped. I needed it. Leopard print has a long-standing history at the House of Fendi, but for the fall collection, it felt like a fresh take. It was head-to-toe leather animal print. The collection balanced the wildness of leopard print with refinement. One of the top looks of the season was Fendi's head-to-toe leather printed leopard blazer and skirt set, which I love. I can't stop talking about it. But it also had the matching bag and boots. What else can I say about this other than perfection? Now moving into Stella McCartney. In her fall-winter collection, Stella once again proved that animal print-inspired fashion doesn't have to come at the expense of real animals. She's known for her vegan approach to fashion. Her use of animal prints, particularly leopard and snakeskin patterns, was a celebration of wild beauty reimagined through ethical innovation. Instead of using traditional leather and exotic skins, the brand showcased digitally rendered animal prints on sustainable materials, from recycled synthetics to faux leather alternatives, which I think is a great way to be conscious of the moment right now while staying on trend. Dries is known for their prints and really remains the ultimate master of all prints. And this fall-winter collection was a bold celebration of vibrant colors. Among the standout moments was this luxe, unexpected cow print, like I said before, Cowboy Carter. One of the few patterns featured this season was this cow print. It was a neutral tone coat in a classic silhouette, which grounded the collection, proving itself as a timeless investment piece. Once again, one of the items where I saw it and was like, I need to have it. Obviously, I love animal print. I told you guys at the beginning, this is my moment. So we went through the history, we went through some of my favorite runway looks, but now let's talk about how to actually wear this trend. I would like to go with extreme boldness, which is head to toe leopard, but I wanted to give you two different ways to wear it. So the way I wanted to style it is with this shorter hemline skirt, which is a little bit flirty and bold, and then a pump that has a print. But what I like about it is that there's a lot of separation within the short hemline of the dress and then the shoe so that you see leg to break it up. But as it gets colder and you want to bundle up a little bit more, don't be afraid to really pile it on. So you're not seeing a lot of skin here, but it's okay. And I promise you, you try it all on together, it's going to be really chic and polished. And it's all about balancing the prints so that they don't compete with each other and they complement each other. Even though they're two different prints, they work really well together. Now let's go into this rack here. I have some beautiful options for leopard, and I'm just gonna call out some of my favorite pieces and just really give you some guidance on how to wear this trend. So first, I wanna start with a bold color. So I know when we think about leopard, we usually think about browns and creams or white and real neutral tones. But like I mentioned before, zebra's having a moment like with that Balmain look. But what I love about this one is that it's a bold color. It's a philosophy skirt, but the green is really nice. So I think when you want to lean into leopard or animal print or zebra print, and you want to try something that feels a little bit more like spiked up or punch it up a bit, try a bold color. Okay, so now another example of head to toe leopard. Like I told you before, it's my go-to. So yes, I'm giving you a reference photo of me wearing it, but In the photo, I am wearing this vintage Tom Ford blouse with this Jacquemus skirt. And so I wanted to pull this out because, again, this is another example of having two different leopard prints, which you're wearing at the same time, but they work well together. And the way you're doing that is by making sure that they don't compete. And you could do that by having the tones be the same and sort of the same color palette, but being a little bit warmer and a little bit cooler. So I wouldn't opt to go for something like a green print like I just showed you. Make sure if you are going to make prints that you make sure that the tones are complementary to each other. We're going to move into maternity style. So this was my moment that I talked about early on where I had this beautiful Marni blouse, which, you know, I think for me, anything that when I wore maternity was about having room and room to grow and wearing things that I could wear open and show the belly. I was all about embracing the belly. But I think I wanted to also still show up in something bold and something that felt like a fashion moment. So I really embraced fashion and print during this time. You know, I'll wear this now. It's not just like, it's not a maternity shirt at all. I didn't buy any maternity clothes. Anyway, what I love about this look is that I paired it with a green bottom. So I know that we were talking about neutrals and keeping it really tonal, but if you are going to wear animal print, there's not just black and white. You can try warmer colors, browns, creams, green, like, and especially going into fall, like some of these autumnal colors work really nicely with animal print. Now, another look for you where we are talking about color. As I mentioned, Dries is known for the prints. Dries is like the master of all prints. And so this Dries skirt is one of my favorites because I think when you take a first look at it, you can't really tell that it's animal print and you just see it's a really bold print and a really nice color. And then you see there's a little bit of zebra, and then there's some like paw prints going through it as well. So the skirt itself has a lot going on in terms of mixing the actual animal prints in it, but then also mixing the colors. And so when I styled it, I wanted to pull out one of the key colors for it to really tie the whole look in. So I opted for this hot pink sweater to pair with it. And then the rest of the look was black, which is a neutral to anchor it. And then I layered it with something fun like a glove. Instead of putting a coat on, I put a glove on, I put it tight on, and that was able to keep myself warm with this skirt that really you can wear all year round and just being smart about your layers. I wanted to call this one out because I think this, when you think of leopard and animal print, sometimes people are nervous to wear it to the office. And so something sleek like a pencil skirt in an animal print can definitely be worn to the office. And all you have to do is make sure that everything else feels really polished and clean and that you're not showing too much skin and is really sleek. I'm mixing leopard, I'm mixing animal print, which is something I love to do. And I made sure that I put the jacket over me as I'm going outside and then I take it off with a turtleneck and I'm easily office appropriate. There's always new ways to reinvent it. So I always think invest in animal print because it's timeless, it's a classic, and you're always gonna get designers who are gonna lean into that print. So please make sure you comment, like, subscribe, let me know what your favorite looks are. And I also included some shopping links because obviously I'm obsessed with it, but some of my favorite things to shop are also below. So let me know what you think.